G'day guys, how you going? Hope you're having a fantastic afternoon. Today I'm going to be doing a film review, but that's not the only reason why I'm doing this video. I've actually reached a milestone on YouTube. I've reached 100 subscribers, so a big clap for me. It comes as a very pleasant shock for me. When I first started making videos, I was very nervous. I didn't think I'd get over 10 subscribers. I thought no one would be interested in what I have to say. So to get 100 subscribers, it's a really cool thing. I keep making videos because of the support I get and because of the interest. I love film, it's one of my passions, and to be able to share it with everybody else, with people that I probably would never have met any other way, it's just a really good feeling. I'll be doing a lot more videos in the future, so hopefully I can get a lot more subscribers, but for now 100, it's really cool. And for everybody who's supported the channel, who's done shout outs for me, I'm not going to go through names because I'm bound to leave someone out. So you all know who you are. A very big thank you to you all. This is the reason why I keep making videos. And yeah, I have a lot of fun doing it, and that's what YouTube's all about, having fun. And as soon as you stop having fun, well, you know, why are we making videos? So thank you for all your support, and hopefully the videos that I make in the future can be as interesting as the ones that I've made in the past. So thank you very much. Alright, now I've actually got 17 films that I haven't watched yet that I've got for my birthday. So that's going to take a lot of time to watch all of them. So I'll be having a lot of films coming up in the future, film reviews. So I actually managed, I don't have a lot of time lately, but I managed to watch this film yesterday. It's a 2008 British horror film directed by Tom Shanklin, and this is The Children. The story is as follows. Two families gather together on New Year's Eve to celebrate the festive season. What begins as a relaxing holiday soon turns into a terrifying fight for survival as the children mysteriously fall ill and begin to turn on their parents. Amidst the mayhem of suspicion, murder and paranoia, the adults must confront their twisted offspring with horrifying consequences. So it's a really sort of horrifying, disturbing storyline. The fact that this get together, there's two families, they get together, and it's snowing, so it's, you know, you've got the real feel of Christmas. Although here in Australia it's really hot when it's Christmas, but Northern Hemisphere, you've got the white Christmas. Everybody's happy, everybody's having the time of their lives. All the children, they're running around like maniacs having fun, all except one child. Now, this one child is in fact sick, and the mother of this child thinks that it's just car sickness. But while all the other children are having fun, this kid has gone a bit weird. He's in sort of like a trance sort of state. He's staring. He's not talking much. He's vomiting. And you get the feeling that something is really wrong with this kid. And soon enough, the other children start catching what this kid has. The adults are fine, but the children are getting sick. And their behavior is getting increasingly more bizarre as time goes on. And eventually it leads to a horrifying realization that these kids have turned into homicidal maniacs. And the parents are faced with this horrifying situation that they may have to hurt their children to get out of this alive. So as far as I go with the story, it's a very cool sort of story. And for those of you, especially if you've got children, you'll find that this film may upset you, but I think it's a very sort of touchy sort of subject, and I thought, you know, it was a great idea. It kind of reminded me of Children of the Corn. Very different, but it's just, you know, your homicidal kids, and no adult is safe. So I like the storyline. Now, my thoughts of the film: the acting was good. Especially the children, they played really good parts, and the makeup on the children was really good as well. It kind of gave them the feel of a zombie when they got sick. They weren't zombies, but it gave them the same sort of eerie, freaky sort of look about them. And you knew that these kids they weren't kids anymore. They were something much more sinister. And as I said, the acting was good. The gore, it is a fairly brutal film. It's only rated 15 plus here in Australia, so for all of you guys who like your intense, extreme gore, you're not going to find anything in this film. Much of the violence is it's off screen, and it's really a bloody sort of aftermath of the murders. So it's not really graphic, but it's the subject matter that's the most disturbing. The fact that these kids have turned into something that is unfamiliar with the parents, and the realization that the parents may have to hurt their child. That is where all the disturbing factor lies. So yeah, yeah, as I said, the acting was good. Violence, it's not graphic, but it's still there. And yeah, the subject matter was pretty disturbing. Now, what I didn't like about the film, you know, in sitcoms, in comedy sitcoms on TV, you get laughter tracks, and the laughter tracks basically indicate when a funny moment has happened. So it's kind of like playing with the intelligence of the viewer, saying, you know, that the director of these sitcoms has to remind the viewer when a funny part's happened. The viewer doesn't make their own mind up as to what's funny or not. While this film obviously isn't a laughter track, the suspense moments, the music in the suspenseful scenes is sort of like a laughter track for a comedy. It's dictating to the viewer when you should and shouldn't be scared, which really I don't like at all. It kind of gives the impression that the director doesn't have any confidence in his ability to create suspense, so he has to have this music playing to assist him in sort of creeping out the viewer. And for me, it gives it away. It's like ruining the surprise. With a lot of films, you don't know when the next jump is going to come out. But if you play this music that starts off eerie and it gets more intense, it gives it away. And therefore, while it doesn't give away exactly what's going to happen, you know something nasty is around the corner. So for me, it took the impact out of it a bit, and that is what I really didn't like about this film. Overall, though, the ending wasn't great. But the storyline, it was a solid film, but it just wasn't anything memorable. It's not something you're going to be remembering days later after you've seen it. It doesn't have the impact of films like Irreversible, Martyrs, Inside, Frontiers. It's not a film that's going to leave you shattered at the end of the experience. So, you know, it is better than your usual Hollywood film. I know I compare a lot of films to Hollywood. It's not that I hate Hollywood films. There are some really good Hollywood films out there. But recently, Hollywood, especially in the horror genre, they really have released some crap. So this is a step above your typical Hollywood rubbish. But if you're comparing it to French stuff, it's nowhere near the French stuff. So it's definitely worth a look. Definitely try before you buy. I'm not disappointed that I actually bought this. This is a blind buy. I heard a lot of things about it. I'm not disappointed that I bought it, but I am disappointed with the overall result, especially the fact that the atmosphere, while it was creepy, just the dictating of whether or when you should be scared or when you shouldn't be scared, that kind of ruined it for me. But overall, it's a solid film. It's definitely something worth watching. But yeah, it's just nothing terribly memorable. Alright guys, I hope that review was good and you found it interesting and it gives you some indication of whether or not you may want to watch it or not. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic day and take it easy. See you later. Bye.